6 boards here, all of them so beautifully placed.
Sagar, I see a lot of stress in this room. And I was reading someday that chess players actually lose weight while playing chess.
Yes.
I have been playing chess for 5 years now. Why am I not losing any weight?
It's only when you play at the top level, Samay, not at your home and not for fun. You need to be a top player there.
How many kilograms do you think a player is going to lose in this tournament?
It all depends on the stress levels. If the stress levels start to rise, they could lose as much as 8 to 10 kgs. Yeah,
But the hotel that we're all staying in, thanks
has
to
nice food.
Tech
Has
Mahindra, we have amazing food. So I don't think that's going to be a problem, Sagar.
that is true. But right now, Grischuk is under some pressure. Samay, in chess, the king is the most important piece. The black king is under some pressure here for sure.
Yeah, I mean, what's happened to those pawns? If you see, the king has no pawn in front of it. It's an open file, like it's prone to attack, I guess, Sagar.
Yeah, I think the main thing, Samay, is that someone came and captured something in front of the king and it has destroyed the pawn structure. But, yeah, there we have it. This structure is a bit destroyed, but Grischuk is saying, I can keep my pieces here around the king and my king will still be safe.
But what did Grischuk get from, destroying his king's safety? Because king's safety is most important. Unless you get something in exchange for it, why has he done that decision?
That is true. Actually, it's not very easy to know if this decision was good or not. But Samay, white has a very minimal advantage. Let's tell our viewers about the evaluation bar on the left of the screen. There is a bar there. If you see, it's small white and black bar on the left. And if it goes upwards, the
Hold
white...
on. Let me make a move and it will automatically go upwards because I make the most horrible moves. Let's say I play this move. You see the bar going up? That's usually how my games end. So this means white is completely winning.
Yes, and if let's do it for black as well. So for example, if black played this move and if white...
Don't think. I'll just make a move and it'll automatically go down. You don't
Please,
even have to think.
please.
Trust me. This is just comes naturally to me.
Oh man.
You see, now black is completely winning.
Because you just plundered the queen. So that's how you can get a clear idea of who's winning and losing by just looking at the bar. If it's in the center as it is right now, then the position is around equal. But somehow you can see right now, Yu Yangyi is very slightly better.
Yeah. Sagar, white has to play first, right? White is the one that moves first.
Yeah.
So do you think that kind of gives white an advantage from the beginning of the game?
Yes, for sure. It's a small edge. And that's the reason why Samay in this tournament, we have 3 points for every white win and 4 points for every black win. Which means today upgrade Mumba Masters have a big chance to score with black because all of their players are very, very solid. If you think about it, you have Vidit, you have Humpy, Harika, they are very positional players. And with black, they can be very powerful.
Yes, maybe we can explain to the audience what are the different kinds of chess players. There are some chess players who are called positional players.
Yes.
Maybe Sagar, you can explain that.
So there are some who are very aggressive. There are some who are positional and like to defend. There are some who are very creative, like how the rook was moved on the side of the board in that game by MVL. So we have all kinds of players and a lot is dependent on your style. Suppose you are a person in life who's very creative, then that same creativity gets shown on the chessboard somewhere.
Oh, so you're saying that chess imitates life?
Yes, very much.
So that means that then I am a very stupid person.
You play funny chess because you're funny.
Guys, there are a lot of people watching actually from a lot of countries. So just in case you don't know us, this is Samay Raina. I am a blunder master. I don't have a title. I am a beginner at chess. And I think I'll be the one who you guys can relate to. And here is Sagar Shah. He is a grandmaster. No, sorry, what are you? You never became a grandmaster, right?
In the first round of the Global Chess League, Triveni Continental Kings faced upgrade Mumba Masters. And on board 3, Vidit from Mumba Masters actually lost. We won against Vidit. And that meant that there was so much pressure on the other boards. And all the other games were drawn except for the Grischuk game. Everything depended on Grischuk. Grischuk was black. And if he wins, he's winning with black. So he gets 4 points. So not only does he save his team, he also takes his team to victory by winning with black. And Grischuk won in a very thrilling game, which went down to the wire. So let us see how he won against Yu Yangyi, a very strong opponent. Grischuk was black, and we have a Giuoco Piano. D3, knight f6, c3, d6. So basically, white has prepared d4 and has got a bishop to pin the knight very early. Because black has not yet castled, h6 is possible, and after bishop moves, there is g5 possibilities. And then knight h5, knight f4 is ideal. So Grischuk goes for a6, a4, bishop a7, knight d2, knight e7, and queen b3. So he's inviting bishop takes knight, but because king is not yet here, there's no need to do this for white. But now white's forcing black to defend this f7 square. And the best way to do it is by castling, allowing the opening up of his king side. But he has got pieces around his king, so he says he's fine. Castles c6, rook e1, queen e7, queen c2, king h8. So whenever your king side is opened like this, if white cannot take immediate advantage of it, then black has long-term compensation. He has the g file. So he brings his rook to g8, and the knight can jump in. And there are good ideas in the position for Grischuk. Knight f1. Yu Yangyi has to defend a little. Rook g8, king h1, getting out of the open file. Bishop g4, knight g1, and bishop e6. Knight e3, rook d8, and knight e2. I like how Grischuk is not yet playing knight f4 because then he'll just get kicked. So he's waiting for the right moment because knight h4 is also an option. d5 takes, and bishop goes back. And now e4. So Grischuk has closed out the white queen and the bishop from coming into this side. Even his bishop is blocked, but that can come this way, right, to the b8 diagonal. Queen d2 and queen f8. He's heading to g7 with his queen. Knight g3, and now they are in time pressure. Knight g3, knight h4, queen e2, and rook g5. So covering the important squares with his rook and knight. f4. Yuanyi makes some tough decisions here. He is allowing en passant, but that opens up his e file, and his queen can connect to the king side now. So bishop b8, queen f2, queen d6. So you can see Grischuk is taking control right now. White is not sure what to do. I mean, he's defending this, and now there's pressure on the king side from all of the pieces, except for the rook, which can also jump in with rook g8. So Yu Yangyi is under pressure here. Rook f1. And on the clock also he's down on time. Knight g6. He is rerouting the knight to f4. Bishop b1 and rook g8. So here knight f4 would have been a better option for Grischuk. For some reason he did not want to go knight f4. What would have stopped him? He just preferred his rook to come into the game probably. He just wanted white to take so that his rooks are active and he's got play. So knight f5, and that's a mistake. Here Grischuk plays queen f4, which is the second best move, which is a good move because he's attacking this. Right? There's a threat on this piece. This is a threat right now. So that's a good move. But the problem is after knight moves, the queen can't take, right? The knight's attacking the queen and the queen can't take. Bishop is defending it. So instead of attacking the knight directly, Grischuk had queen d7, attacking the knight indirectly, and if the knight moves, then bishop g3 comes, and everything collapses. I mean, rook h5 check comes, and after king moves, knight f4 comes. The position just completely wins. For example, if queen d7, knight is hanging, so knight e3, and then just take, and rook h5, and position is completely winning. All the pieces are active. Instead, Grischuk played queen f4, which is also a good move. Knight e2, queen takes pawn. So Grischuk goes for the endgame because he's getting this piece back here. So he's a pawn up. Even though the pawns are doubled, still an extra pawn. Knight g3 and now rook g5, f4, rook g4, knight f5. One more pawn falls. Rook g1. Now it's rook g2. Very nice move. So he asks Yu Yangyi to take because then he will get the b pawn as well. Now it's a winning rook and game, rook and knight end game. Takes, and king moves, takes. Takes, king g7, knight check, king moves, knight check, king moves. And Yu Yangyi keeps the black king on the h file, but there is no way to give checkmate with the rook and knight with the king stuck here. That's not possible unless the white king comes in. So there's no problem for Grischuk's king. So Grischuk just goes on his merry-go-round, taking all the pawns over here. Knight e2 comes in, taking on c3 is the plan, but rook check, and now knight takes. Knight comes back, b5. So he's getting his passed pawn rolling. Check. So they repeat. Grischuk has to win basically because his team is already down by 3 points because Vidit lost. So Grischuk needs a win, and he goes h7. He doesn't repeat thrice. Takes, and the b pawn just decides. B pawn just keeps going. Rook moves. Here, Yu Yangyi had a small chance to play Rook B7. I believe after Rook B7, you can't take, right? If you take, what would have happened? The engine says it's a mistake, but it's not very clear why. Because Rook B7, Rook will just take. There'll be 3 pawns up. The king will also get in. So that is completely lost practically for Yu Yangyi. So Yu Yangyi plays knight takes and rook takes. And after rook check, king moves, rook check, king moves, knight check, king moves up. He has nothing better to do, but the black king comes in. And now rook check, the very nice move, knight g3, covering both the squares. And once the king comes in, rook g2 is going to be mate. So he got the white king in a mating net with his knight, rook, and king. And here Yu Yangyi resigned. So Grischuk won the match for his team with a win with black.